Or 4 years. The end of the war was the year of 1995. It lasted for 4 years here in Croatia. Now all of the 6 republics, ex-Yugoslav republics, are independent countries. The only one which is today part of the European Union is Slovenia. Slovenia is situated between Austria and Croatia, north from here. So again, you can see now to your left hand side the old town, and also you can see the old port. The old port, only small boats can come.
We are back in Croatia at the rock and the castle and the pretty girl and the beautiful water.
People don't know what they're in for. We've gone kayaking, it's hard.
Yep, it's crazy.
Our arms fell off.
Pretty soon my family will be walking these walls. September 26th, 2012.
It's ridiculous.
13 in July, we are going to be a part of the EU. But from the year of 2009, Croatia is a part of NATO. Also, Croatia has 21 provinces, and Dubrovnik is the center of one province called Dubrovnik-Neretva, the biggest town of that province. Dubrovnik, I can say, it's a rather small town. It has about 50,000 inhabitants, and 1,000 of them they live inside the old town of Dubrovnik within the city wall. Here in Dubrovnik we don't have any industry, so just tourism. Almost everyone that lives here in Dubrovnik in some kind of way works in tourism. Many tourists visit the town each season. The season starts in March and lasts until end of November. About 2,500,000 tourists visit this town each year. The climate here in Dubrovnik is a Mediterranean climate. Like all of the vegetation that you see from the coast, it is typical Mediterranean vegetation with pine trees, cypresses, fig trees, olive trees. You are going to see also around the old town of Dubrovnik wild orange trees. This flower is oleander. It's also a wild flower. You are going to be seeing that all around the town. The average temperature here in Dubrovnik during the winter months is around 10 Celsius. It rains in November and December. It never snows here in Dubrovnik. During the summer months, the average temperature is about 25 Celsius. But today, I think it's about 34 Celsius and 78% of humidity. There's a small wind, so we are lucky. There's a small, nice breeze. maybe also on top of the wall is going to be a nice breeze for us. I have to say that there are only few shades on the top of the wall, but there are 47 people in our...
I think there's a cable car that goes up that crazy view. We've got a flag. Croatia. Let's see what this is over. What else is there? Street. What else is there? Let's check out this. I feel a breeze. Thank you, God. Salty and sweet grapes.
We're in the center of Old Town in Dubrovnik, right by the clock tower, which kind of looks like a sundial. And there's all these birds flying around overhead. It's kind of crazy. We have these really narrow alleyways that go up. And then we have beautiful women.
Hello. Sweaty women.
This is the main strip. It's amazing. Here we are in the Cave of Wonders. People are coming in on their kayaks. This place is massive. It's a big hole up there. It's pretty cool. Some people are jumping off of that cliff. Some cool plants. Some cool people. And the ship. All right. It's really bad lighting. The lighting is really bad. She's in the dark.
Do I need a light source? Should we do it that way instead?
That's a little bit better. All right, go ahead. Woo! Here we are in Dubrovnik. The weather's a little crazy, as you can see. But these folks aren't scared.
Negatory.
No way. What the heck is going on over there? What speaking different languages.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. October 27th, just a few days before Halloween. And man, I have the sweetest Halloween mask ever. Oh no! People lost.
Over right here and the wind just flipped it right off.
It's terrible. Nice. Oh yeah.
Oak tree. Before there were many oak trees around the town, that's why they call it like that, Dubrovnik. Maybe translated in English I can say Oak Town. So the Republic of Dubrovnik was always one free and independent republic. They were conquered only one time by Venice in the 13th century. Dubrovnik and Venice, they were big rivals in the Adriatic during many centuries. They tried to conquer the town many times before and after, but they only succeeded one time in the 13th century. They also had very good relations with the Ottoman Empire, with the Turks. They would pay them yearly money to stay free, that's why they never conquered the town. However, they were very close, so if you take a look to your left-hand side behind that mountain, there is Bosnia and Herzegovina. In about 15 minutes we can be at the border crossing with Bosnia, and the Ottoman Empire was in Bosnia for 500 years. That's why today the majority of Bosnian people are Muslims. So they were very close, but they never conquered the Republic of Dubrovnik. The biggest disaster that happened here in Dubrovnik was the big earthquake of the year of 1667. Almost the whole town was destroyed. So Dubrovnik always has the history of before and after the big earthquake of the year of 1667. After that came the year of 1806, and the French troops, they entered the Republic of Dubrovnik, not Napoleon himself, but his marshal called Marshal Marmont. And in the year of 1808, that marshal abolished the Republic. So that year was the end of the Republic of Dubrovnik. After the French in 1815 came the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So 19th century, for about 100 years, Dubrovnik lived only as a small provincial town here in the southern Adriatic coast. After the First World War, in 1918, the town of Dubrovnik came inside of Croatia. That means that before they didn't have anything to do with one another. Croatia always had its own kings, and Dubrovnik, as I just explained, was always one independent republic. Here in Dubrovnik we don't have those long sandy beaches like in other Mediterranean countries. We have here small beaches and the majority of those are with white pebbles. These are typical beaches here on this side of the Adriatic Sea in Croatia.
Half an hour or 1 hour you're willing to do nothing, just sitting around. And after 1 hour we cook a black coffee. We call it Turkish coffee, very strong. It's like a mocha. And then we drink.
And kids, that's funny. Out in front of the restaurant, it was like a parking lot for those little scooters
Yeah.
and shit, you know. I never seen so many oxygen tanks in my life. You had to have a special fire marshal to deal with all the oxygen.
Seriously, that could be an explosion hazard.
stop to visit, of course, that's a Jupiter temple. So here we have the mausoleum. We found the bell tower, of course. The bell tower was made in the 13th century. So it was added later in the 13th century. They used the stairs up to the mausoleum, and then they added in a arch this wall here, beautiful, on one side in the 13th century, the bell tower. The first, or the fundaments, foundations, and the first floor are from the 13th century. Then the whole town had no money to finish the whole bell tower, so from the second floor to the last one, we finished it.
This is Split, Croatia. The old Diocletian Palace. Got some street musicians. Beautiful. September 15th.
Of the Republic of Venice, the Dalmatian part of the Republic of Venice, and the Venetian boats were never built anymore. So, but from the 19th century until the 15th century, until 1420, they were robbed. Even after they paid to sail along the coast, they were robbed anyway. Okay. We're driving now along the River Cetina, very important river for us because you see, enough water, even during the dry summer, always enough water. We produce here electricity, of course. We have over there on the top, in the middle, not on the top, in the middle of the River Cetina. It's about 100 kilometers long. St. John's bread and some other fruit. But the most important and the best liquor here. So today, in the afternoon, the wedding starts, let's say, at 4 o'clock, because the male part, or from the groom, they have to go to collect the bride. So that's the first step. And then after that, they have to go to church, and then they get married. And that's finished, this official part is finished, let's say, at 8 o'clock. And then we start to celebrate at 8 o'clock in the evening. And then we have first an aperitif. Then we have for a second cold entry, called appetizer, like we have today, smoked ham and cheese and something so in this way. Then we have a black risotto, then we have a red risotto, scampi and squids, all these octopus, and then we have pecca, and then we have something, of course, lamb, and so on and so on. So, and then cakes, and at the end, of course, coffee. And our wedding celebration stops next day at 6 o'clock in the morning. So from 8 o'clock in the evening, we start to eat and drink until 6 o'clock in the morning next day.
The Republic of Croatia is a free and independent country from the year of 1991. Before that, it was a part of one country called Yugoslavia with other 5 republics, with Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro and Macedonia. That was until the year of 1991, when the majority of the people of the Republic of Croatia voted they wanted to be independent from rest of Yugoslavia, and they declared its independence on that year, 1991. Croatia has borders to the north with Slovenia and Hungary, to the east with Bosnia and Serbia, to the south with Montenegro, and the sea border with Italy. So across the Adriatic on the other side there is Italy, and that town in Italy which is situated just across Dubrovnik is called Bari. Total area of the Republic of Croatia is 56,000 square kilometers. Our country has about 4,500,000 inhabitants. 90% of people of Croatia are Roman Catholics, so the religion is very important here in the town and also in the whole country. You are going to see that also in the old town later on during your free time, where the majority of the churches are Roman Catholic churches. The capital of the Republic of Croatia is called Zagreb. That town is situated in the northern part of our country. Also, Zagreb is the only town in Croatia which has over 1 million inhabitants. The official language here is called Croatian. It is one of the South Slavic languages. Here in Croatia we speak the same language like in Bosnia, Serbia and Montenegro. There are differences between the accent, but we speak the same language.